how the board of directors were going to be selected by districts or whatever.
But I think to Mr. Wessels' point, you couldn't get that specific. I mean, Canaan Valley could decide they are going to pursue a resort area district. They have a completely different breakdown of who is what. And to tell them that they have to have districts, I mean, it could just be a whole bunch of single family homes.
Well, I understand that, but I mean, to me, it looks like a bill could have been set up so that all these issues would have been out front before we had to vote on, to know that this is the way it was going to go to the voters of the, or to the, as far as the board of directors and how you were going to vote for them. But that's just one of my thoughts on that issue.
The committee did discuss all this.
The thing is that you got homeowners. The homeowners should really determine.
Mr. Marker,
Well, I mean, he had.
I want to interrupt everyone here for a minute. It's getting late, and we really need to wind this discussion down. I'm kind of at a point this evening where I just want commissioners here to figure out if we need to make a motion or not and move on, or if we need more time on this. So what I want to do is ask Mr. Walker, Mr. Beard, again, back on the district issue, will we be comfortable moving forward without making any rules about district and let that be decided in their election process? This is a decision, it's kind of stuff that's falling on us, and we have a responsibility to say yes or no to those things.
I still think this issue should have been kind of worked out, so it would have made it a whole lot easier on us. And
It gets pretty hot in there.
yeah, that's one issue I'm not fully happy with. But, I don't know how you all feel.
Can I make one?
No, Mr. Walker, what do you think about the?
Well, personally, I think districts would be a wise decision myself, equally split to the best of my ability. Yeah.
What do you think about it in the initial, that when Allegheny letting district have full authority in their bylaws to change the district? They should have, ultimately, I think. It sounds like we're trying to start around Allegheny in the right direction.
Kind of thing. If you're not going to recommend it to split equally, and you're going to let them make the decision, there's really no need to make a recommendation, period, in my opinion. I mean, just let them divide it however they want to divide it. If they don't want to divide it, leave it large for everything.
As your attorney,
Sir?
it would be, I think what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to elect them. You're going to have to get your board started first, and then you can make recommendations. If you all want to today, you can say recommend. I think we should have so many districts. You can make those, but I think if you're going to go with this program, you're going to have to elect your board and let them make the decisions in regard to how they run it. We don't want the commission. We don't want you all, and they don't want you. And you all don't want to be running social.
I really don't think we.
No, I think you got to invest the authority into those people, let them do it, and then they will go.
With that in mind of letting it go and giving the authority to the board, it's put on us to whether we want to trust that to happen or not. I think what I'm going to do at this point is just try to move forward. I'll make a motion that we adopt the RAD as presented with, help me out here, Mr. Simmons, remembering these key points, fellow commissioners. My motion is with no mention specifically to homeowner districting, so that's not...
With no mention?
No amendment regarding homeowner districts. The amendment as presented by Mr. DeBerry concerning dissolution, which we have the language for that, and we've all talked about that out loud.
Bear with me, David. What
Okay.
did you say? No language about dissolution?
I didn't say that. The language, the dissolution clause, has language that's presented by Mr. DeBerry to allow for dissolution.
No dissolution? Okay, on here.
To adopt the RAD as presented with amendments that there be a dissolution clause that is the language Mr. DeBerry has presented. So there will be an opportunity to have dissolution.
Dissolution or cessation?
Cessation. This is a more proper term. So there's that amendment. my email's not coming up, I can't see the other language. What was the other?
And then the boundaries be amended.
Boundaries, of course. The boundaries be amended to, as presented, to exclude Mr. Bryan and Mr. List's property. Those are the two amendments I want to see to the RAD if we pass it, so that's my motion. Any further discussion by commissioners or objections to the motion?
I'd just like to ask one question. Is there anybody in this room that's not a property owner at Snowshoe or a resident of Pocahontas County? So everybody here, your own property or is a resident? All right, how many people is for this RAD would like to see it passed? Hold your hands up and set your time. How many people is against it?
As written.
As it's promoted here?
But I don't own the property.
All right.
Mr. Beard? Any discussion on this?
The only discussion I had, still going back to what we were talking about, all the arguing about districting or how the board of directors are coming up, are going to be chosen for. To me, voting for this would have made it a whole lot easier if my personal opinion on what I see tonight is that there's a lot of there's a lot of not agreeing on issues, and to me it would be a whole lot easier to vote on an issue tonight that if we had a whole lot more people that were for it and not fighting over different issues. And to change that right now is kind of impossible, but I'm coming to the conclusion that I think we need a little more time to work some of these issues out so everything will be more clear for everybody and more comfortable for everybody. And I think at this time I'm going to have to vote no on it.
Well,
Are there any objections?
well, I have talked or got messages from 16 people in the last 2 days. A lot of them was today. And I got blindsided about a lot of things. For instance, the property line change. And every person, the 16 people that I've talked to, wasn't necessarily against the RAD, but they had problems with it. And they thought it needed more time, they thought it needed change. And tonight we sat here, there were 6 people held their hand up against it, there was 10 people held their hand up for it. So I'm not willing to move forward at this point until it's more clear for everybody and more clear for me myself. However, personally, I feel it would be a good thing, but I think it's got a lot of fine line details that need worked out before we move forward with
That's an objection?
it. No, yeah.
Well, I would still like to make another comment too. I agree with Mr. Walker on the RAD itself. I think it will benefit the county in the long run. I think it will benefit the people on the mountain too. But I think there's issues that concern me and that concern a whole lot of other people.
If I can only say, the great majority of the issues that have been raised are the exact same issues that were in front of you a year and a half ago. That there are 1,877 property holders, and they're not going to all agree on exactly how this should go. And it's been put to you guys to be able to make those decisions.
Point of order.
We have a motion in front of us, so we're going to stop the comments. To add to that discussion, I'll simply say that I hope Mr. Walker and Mr. Beard can have their concerns worked out soon. I think that the weight of this matter is such that we have a great responsibility to make an important decision. And I think we've followed the process very well. I think we've followed it through to a point where we have to trust a RAD board to be elected and to take it from here. We can't and shouldn't have control of this whole issue at every aspect and every turn. And my fear is that this commission will be trying to do that and get answers to questions that really aren't for us to try to ultimately answer. It's for someone else. That being said, motion fails. So that